guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here with a brand new thoughts video for all of you guys, and yeah, it's probably been a while since I've actually pretty much did another one of these for sure, and yeah, I do indeed apologize if I've been absenting doing another thoughts video. I've been doing my best to, of course, pretty much get my voice back in its place for sure, because, yeah, pretty much getting myself sick again and having to, of course, deal with, of course, another round of course, pretty much my voice giving out for sure. That's actually a pain that I had to deal with, and, you know, yeah, I think you know damn well that I'm really not that fond of course, dealing with that type of stuff for sure. So, so yeah, hopefully maybe within a matter of time, I'll definitely get something sorted out with my doctors just to see what we can do on that front. But yeah, I'm doing all I can, and yeah, it seems like I'm getting it back as we speak, but we won't know until sometime later. So yeah, I'm doing whatever I can to, of course, actually try to actually get through it for sure. So, so yeah, I guess right up until then, I've of course decided to, of course, well, pretty much do what I normally do, and of course talk about the latest movie that just hit theaters very recently that I had the privilege to go see. So yeah, I guess it's pretty much all I can do at this point. So yeah, gotta do what I normally do as we speak. So yeah, I think we might as well do that. So yeah, I guess seeing of how pretty much it has been almost an entire month since I've actually pretty much started off pretty much a good batch of movies for this year with, of course, Megan and A Man Called Otto. Seems like I've been keeping myself busy as normal, not only dealing with this, but also other stuff that I've got in between all that for sure. So so yeah, I guess it's pretty much what I can say on that front for sure. So, but yeah, and of course for today's movie right about now, I think it's that time of year once again, or I should say it's that time again. Yeah, which means of course we're actually going to be diving right into something in, of course, well, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So yeah, certainly been a good few months since we've actually dived right into anything in the MCU as we speak, and while seeing of how we did get done with Phase 4 right around last year, I think it's about time that we get ourselves pretty much started with, of course, Phase 5 for sure. So yeah, and I guess for today's movie, I think it's willing to give us that start bug but not in the way that we would actually expect for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, I think we might as well go ahead and talk right, get ourselves right into, of course, talking about what we need to do. So yeah, I guess with that being said, let's go ahead and start off Phase 5 of the Marvel Cinematic Universe as we talk about the latest movie, and of course that Sega series, which to officially kick things off for sure, which of course sorry about that, which is of course pretty much the third entry on, of course, the superhero that, of course, well, shrinks himself down for sure. That yeah, I guess I did have a few run-ins for sure, and yeah, if you actually know what I'm talking about based on that little hint, I'm of course I guess you can pretty much see where I'm going at for sure. So, But for those who don't, I think we might as well go ahead and dive right into the latest movie in the MCU, which is, of course, none other than Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. So yeah, I guess it's pretty much what I'm going to be talking about here today is, of course, pretty much the latest movie in the MCU, and of course is, of course, well, pretty much the third entry in, of course, pretty much the Ant-Man movie stuff for sure, so. So yeah, I guess it's pretty much what I can say on that front for sure, so yeah, it is, of course, what we're going to be talking about here today, and, well, I just literally got back from, of course, seeing it not too long ago, so yeah, I guess you can pretty much get the clear picture on that. Alright. Sorry about that, so. Alright, so before I could go ahead and talk about this movie for sure, I think it's actually quite a thing that I should pretty much talk about, well, Ant-Man in general. Not only pretty much his involvement in the MCU, but mainly of course, his movies for sure, so. So yeah, I guess if anything, if you actually know me hands down, believe it or not, the first two Ant-Man movies that I got to see, I actually really enjoyed them for sure. In fact, I think if anything, pretty much from what I could gather, the first Ant-Man movie for sure, I did actually have a really great relationship behind. In fact, if you actually know me from when I did a family movie collaboration in the past, I actually did start off on, of course, my relationship with, of course, Ant-Man ever since I actually did my family movie collaboration review on the trailer for that movie for sure, to which, yeah, pretty much more details on that will, of course, be explained in that video for you to check out, to which, yeah, I won't lie, pretty much, if anything, I did have a fun time making that said video, but regardless on that front, that, of course, did lead me to, of course, go and see the film ever since I did that said video, and I really enjoyed it for sure. I thought it was very gripping from what I can gather, and I really enjoyed some of the really great comedy for sure, and Paul Rudd actually really does a fine job playing Scott Lang, aka Ant-Man for sure, so yeah, the first Ant-Man movie I really enjoyed for sure, and I really do like the way on how he's carried out more and more in the later films in the MCU for sure, so yeah. And that will, of course, tie into, of course, its sequel that came out a few years later, Ant-Man and the Wasp, which I actually did talk about briefly, and, of course, pretty much in my video that I did talk about the second half of course, of movies I've seen throughout 2018, or should I say, the movies I've seen throughout the second half of 2018, and that one I really did enjoy as well. I think they really cranked it up a notch with of course that film, and I really did love the way on how much they've actually grown a whole lot for sure. So so yeah, I guess if anything, I really enjoyed the second film as much as I really enjoyed the first Ant-Man for sure. So yeah, I guess on that front, you would definitely know that I really enjoyed the first two Ant-Man movies for sure. And again, I really do love the way on how well he's carried over, and of course, pretty much in later films in the MCU, like of course, not just Captain America Civil War, but also Avengers Endgame, which I did talk about a few years ago, so yeah, I guess you can pretty much get the clear picture on that front, and here we are right now with, of course, this latest film that just came out very recently, so yeah, And I guess I knew for sure. I was actually really excited to see where they're going at for sure. I mean, I could tell based on the trailers and everything, they wanted to go for something a little bit different aside from what the first two films did, which I won't lie, I'm actually opened up to it because, yeah, I mean, as much as I really do love the first two films, I am quite curious to see if they'll do something different with, of course, this one for sure, just to see if they can actually try to do something new and inventive for sure. So I was actually on board for, of course, this one, and well, seeing how it did want to, of course, pretty much start off Phase 5 in general for the MCU, maybe I think it is the start that we need. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. I actually really enjoyed a good chunk of course, the pretty much the stuff we got throughout Phase 4 that we got last time. Particularly some of the Marvel shows that we've seen. I won't lie, they are actually good. Well, some of them, not all of them for sure. And let's not forget, pretty much in the movie time, we did get, of course, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Spider-Man No Way Home, and Shang-Chi as some of the really great ones for sure. And we did also have some pretty good ones entirely, like, of course, Black Widow, and, of course, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And at the same time, we did get some mediocre ones as well, like, of course, Thor Love and Thunder, and well, obviously, the weakest one we got is Eternals, so, but that's a whole other story for sure, so I'm quite curious to see on how this movie will actually kick things off for Phase 5 of the MCU for sure, and, well, I did manage to, of course, go see it for myself, and yeah, just not too long ago, I did get myself back from, of course, seeing it in its entirety, and, well, I guess a lot of you guys may be wondering, what do I think of this movie now that I got to see it? Honestly, to me, I mean, I can't say it's good, nor is it even terrible, but I do think it's alright for sure, so I mean, it is such a shame for sure, because, yeah, the first two films were really great for sure, and for this to actually be not on the same level, but also be the second MCU film to get a rotten score on Rotten Tomatoes, I was like, really? Yeah, I mean, really? It's going the similar route Eternals taking, actually getting a rotten score on Rotten Tomatoes? I don't know what's real anymore, so. But yeah, I guess needless to say, I do think it's alright. I mean, I wouldn't say it's actually as strong as, of course, the first two films, but almost be a little bit similar to a Thor Love and Thunder. But I can give it credit, it's not as weak as Eternals for sure, so yeah, I guess to me, on its own, I do think it's pretty much an okay flick for sure. Not really that great, nor even terrible. I do think it's alright for sure, so yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that front. Alright. Alright, so now that I've actually got the short version out of the way, I guess I might as well do my best to talk about everything that I need to talk about with, of course, this movie. For starters is, of course, the story, and to me, I think from what I've actually seen story-wise, again, I think it's actually trying to do something different for sure, which I'm actually all for, hands down for sure, because, yeah, I actually really do love the story structure for, of course, the first two films as the horror for sure, but I do want to see something new and different for sure to actually be fully engaged with, of course, what goes down for our main heroes. And And this movie actually has gone that route for sure, but my only issue I do have with, of course, the story is that for while I do think it's doing a fine job, and of course trying to do that for sure, honestly, I think pretty much at other times I do felt that good chunks of it just kind of feels a little bit disjointed and out of place for sure, and it really doesn't really got me into the grips on, of course, what I find with, of course, well, Ant-Man for sure. So yeah, maybe I think it could use a little bit of reworking for sure to actually make it all that great in its entirety. But from what we've actually seen, yeah, it's really it really could use a bit more adjustments here or there. But it did have promise for sure. So yeah, that's why I can say for the story for, of course, this movie. And honestly, I think the writing, I have to say, again, I will give it credit. It does have some good ideas with what it's actually doing, but again, I did find it a bit disjointing, and pretty much, if anything, script-wise, it's actually pretty weak with, of course, its writing for sure, and yeah, I think they're pretty much, if anything, pretty much in terms of, with, of course, what I'm actually seeing through the film's writing, there are some good ideas that they actually incorporate into it, but we never actually got to see it utilized or actually see more for sure. And I do felt that we could have actually used that, and not to mention the comedy, I have to say, well, I did get a good chuckle on, of course, a good amount of the film's comedy for sure. But the rest, I have to say, is, of course, massively weak, and I just don't think it's actually that funny for sure. And I mean, and I know that's saying a whole lot, because I know with, of course, the first two films, they really stood out with, of course, the comedy for sure. And I actually was fully engaged on, of course, a good number of them, but honestly, yeah, aside from, of course, a few chuckles, of course, from what we got, to a few good jokes that we got, the rest, I have to say, is, of course, not really that engaging for sure, and I didn't find myself laughing for sure. Though, maybe part of me is thinking, I miss Michael Pena as, yeah, I think I really miss Michael Pena in these movies for sure. I mean, seriously, you couldn't get him back for, of course, this film? I think that would have been quite interesting to see Michael Pena back for sure, and yet he's not in this one? You disappoint me, Marvel Studios. You really disappoint me, so yeah, I guess if anything, the story, the writing, and the comedy, again, it does have some good ideas thrown into it for sure, but I just kind of felt it's a little bit disjointing, and of course, misaligned, a bit out of place, and not really that impressive to me, hands down. And I do think they could have used a little rewriting, or of course, maybe 2 or 3 adjustments here or there to actually make it pretty much really incredible to get ourselves engaged with. But with what we got, yeah, yeah, does have some good ideas, but does give us some really weak results for sure. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright. Alright, so now that I've actually got done with those 3, I guess we might as well move on to, of course, the next couple of things I need to talk about, which are, of course, the characters. And honestly, to me, I think in regards, again, to the first 2 films, I actually do find the characters in, of course, this movie to actually be very likable and interesting for sure. And I guess in the case of course, this movie for sure, yeah, I'm gonna say the exact same argument to, of course, this one. I actually was really impressed with, of course, the characters for sure. yeah, you can definitely tell on how much they've actually grown and they've actually evolved ever since the first two films and even later films in the MCU for sure. And I do find myself really engaged for that for sure. So yeah. I guess about anything, pretty much of anything, the first film actually did focus mainly on Scott for sure, while the second film actually focused on the relationship with, of course, pretty much he and, of course, the Wasp for sure, and I guess in the case of this movie, it actually does focus mainly on the entire family, to which, yeah, I have to say, I'm actually really impressed with hands down for sure. It actually does kind of remind me of course, The Incredibles for sure, to which it actually put all of its focus mainly on the family, and yeah, that I'm actually really impressed with, but particularly I was really pretty much really incredibly engaged on, of course, the relationship between both Scott and her daughter Cassie for sure. So yeah, I was actually really impressed by that, and of course this filming. I really do love the way on how much they utilize that for a big for sure. So yeah, and I guess about anything, pretty much from what I can gather, pretty much our main leads have really got some really good development, and of course I really love on how much they've grown throughout the course of these movies for sure. And I'll admit, some of the supporting characters they brought in, they're not bad additions for sure. So yeah, they actually did serve their purpose, and I can give them credit for what credit is due for sure. So, and even the villains, I have to say, well, I know one of them, I'm not gonna say which one, is actually quite impressive, and I do want to see more for sure. In fact, I do know they are hinting that, of course, later films in the MCU that'll be coming up very soon, and of course, one other one that is just absolutely ridiculous. Again, I'm not gonna say who. To which, yeah, I think I knew right away when I actually saw one of the villains, of course, this film, and how ridiculous he actually looks. I was like, oh my god, what the hell am I looking at? So yeah, not gonna spoil on what exactly I'm talking about, but yeah, if you actually see the film yourself, you'll definitely know who and what I'm talking about. So yeah, I guess it's pretty much what I can say on that front. So yeah, pretty much stepping aside from, of course, the characters, I will have to say the actors that played all these characters, yeah, I won't lie, they actually did pull off some really good performances, hands down. I mean, sure, they're not award-winning performances that I got myself fully invested with, but again, I can give them credit, and of course, giving off some pretty good performances as they are, and I'm actually pretty much impressed with, of course, what I'm actually seeing hands down. So yeah, maybe I do think some of the actors in, of course, this film might have overacted a bit, or maybe might have been off by like one or two lines for sure, but yeah, I have to say, they did pull off some pretty good performances to me, and I was actually really impressed regardless. So yeah, I guess it's what I can say for both the characters and the actors in, of course, this film. Yeah, I think regardless of course, the first three aspects that I kind of thought did have some good promises, but have weak results, hands down, I say the characters and the actors did make up for that for sure. So yeah. Alright. Alright, so now that I've actually... Sorry about that, so yeah, now that I've actually got those out of the way, what else is there for me to talk about? Well, quite a whole lot, actually. I guess if anything, pretty much of anything, for starters, seeing of how this is a superhero movie, we've of course got to talk about the action, and yeah, I will have to say the action in, of course, this film is, yeah, I think some of them is, of course, bizarrely insane, but the rest I have to say is, of course, range from pretty good to, oh my god, this is really impressive, and I guess in the case of this movie, it actually does show for sure. I was actually I was incredibly impressed with, of course, the film's action for sure, and I was actually really engaged on, of course, what goes on. Well, not all of them. Some of them actually did kind of bore me a bit, yeah, almost like I've actually seen that kind of deal before, and of course, other films for sure. But the rest I have to say is, of course, brilliantly well done for sure, and I was really impressed with, of course, what I've actually seen, so yeah. I guess, if anything, I really do admire the action of course, this filming. I was really impressed, hands down, so yeah. And, of course, another thing I should bring up, the visuals and the effects in, of course, this film. Yeah, I won't lie. It's probably the best I've seen out of all of these Ant-Man movies for sure. But particularly, I think the main thing, or should I say the main component in regards to, of course, the visuals and the effects, would definitely have to be the really great world building they've showed off for, I guess in this case, the quantum realm. And sorry about that. And the way they've actually showcased the quantum, the quantum realm, of course, this film, it's actually brilliantly well done for sure. We've actually seen very small glimpses of course, the quantum realm, and of course, in the other Ant-Man films for sure. But I really do love the way on how much they showed it fully, and of course, this film, hands down, I was really suckered in, of course, what's gone down for sure. So yeah, it's almost like I actually wanted to be in that kind of environment for sure. So yeah, it's almost kind of similar to, of course, how I felt about the really great worlds, and of course the excellent world building that we've actually seen in pretty much what I mentioned earlier, Shang-Chi, but also mainly in the Guardians of the Galaxy films for sure. Though now that I'm mentioning it, I'm really excited for Volume 3 that's coming out within a few months from now, so so yeah, I guess it's pretty much what I can say in regards to, of course, the visuals and the effects. It is brilliantly well done for sure, so yeah, and of course, the direction in this film, well, they did bring back pretty much Peyton Reed, who also directed the other two Ant-Man films, and I'll give it credit that I don't think it's that bad for sure. Maybe I think it could use pretty much a little bit more direction that would have been a great hands down. While other times I did kind of felt it's a bit out of place, or of course he might have lost his touch, but hey, I say it's fine for what it is. I can't fault him for that, so but however, it actually does make up for the guy with, of course, pretty much some really great cinematography, as I really do love on how well shot this film is, hands down, and yeah, maybe I think, if anything, pretty much in regards to, of course, the other aspect I want to mention, which is, of course, the film's editing, I have to say. Honestly, to me, I pretty much some parts of it could have been cut up a bit more to actually make it all the more impressive, but again, I think it is fine for what it is, and trying its best to keep up with the film's pacing for sure, so yeah, I guess it's pretty much what I can say on that front for sure. It's not awful, but it is fine for what it is, so so yeah, I guess it's pretty much everything that I can say in regard to, of course, this film, hands down, so yeah, nothing much else to it, so yeah. Alright. Alright, so I guess overall, for my final thoughts, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, for while I was kind of hoping to actually be as strong as, of course, pretty much the first two Ant-Man films, as they're both really great films, just kind of instead gave me a bit of a okay and yet alright film that yeah, kind of feels a little bit disjointed and out of place, but I guess if anything, I can't fault it for that. It is definitely one of those films where I definitely can say, you know what? I'm glad I saw it, regardless, of course, what I thought, hands down. So yeah, I think that's probably the best way I can actually describe this movie overall. I mean, it is such a shame for sure for this to follow in the same footsteps. Yeah, to follow in the same footsteps as, of course, Eternals, and actually being one of the weaker MCU films that we actually got. I guess, if anything, I can't actually fully agree on that front, hands down. I mean, it's not really as pretty much not really on the same level as Thor: Love and Thunder, which I do think is okay. But I can give it credit. It's not as weak as Eternals, hands down. I mean, yeah, maybe I think if they could have actually maybe like have one or two or maybe 2 or 3 adjustments here and there, I do think we could have actually gotten ourselves a much better movie, hands down. I mean, it does have some really good ideas that they want to utilize for sure, but sadly we hardly got any of that for sure, which is a bit of a disappointment. But hey, regardless of course why I have to say, at least I still have the first 2 films that I can love and enjoy. So yeah, and I guess on its own, I say this movie is fine for what it is. So yeah, I guess if it is something that you might be looking for, then yeah, I definitely say this isn't a bad one to check out for sure. So yeah, I guess if anything, it's not good, not even terrible, but it is alright as it is. But hey, I can definitely say, hands down, I am definitely glad I saw it regardless, hands down. So yeah, I guess it's what I can say on that front for sure, which is why I'll definitely be fair on this one, and I'll give it a 6 out of 10 as my final score. Like I said, not even pretty much not good, not even bad, but it is an alright film as it is. So yeah, and of course with what we've actually got with, of course, this film, hopefully I think maybe they might make up for it later on down the road, but we shall definitely wait and see on that. So yeah, I guess right up until then, and of course probably, I guess, until the later batch of MCU films for Phase 5 comes around, all I can definitely say is, well, shrink yourself down and definitely see this one for yourself. So yeah, it's pretty much what I can say on that. Alright. Alright, so I guess on that thought, that'll pretty much do exactly that. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest thoughts video, and of course, by all means, what did you think of this movie? Do you think it's really great, or do you think it's terrible, or are you like me if you're somewhere in between? Definitely leave me your thoughts down in the comment section below. I would definitely love to know what you guys think, hands down. So yeah, I guess it's what I can say on that front for sure. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest Fox video, hands down, and yeah, I definitely know pretty much of anything, I've got a lot to do for the rest of this month, and yeah, and hopefully I think I'll get some things sorted out with, of course, getting my voice back to normal, to which it definitely is starting to sound that way for sure. So I'll definitely keep my hopes up on that front for sure. And if not, then we'll have to wait and see for sure. So, and let's not forget to mention, I've still got a lot of prep work to do for TorCon coming up right around the first weekend of March. So I'm really excited for that, hands down, just to see how well things will actually come up for sure. So yeah, we'll definitely see on that front for sure. So yeah, I guess right up until then, well, I definitely know next weekend I'll definitely do another thoughts video next weekend. So yeah, I guess that would beg the number one question. What am I going to be talking about next? Well, surely there might be something quite interesting that I think would be good enough to for me to talk about for the next thoughts video for sure. But I wonder what. Excuse me? You're definitely seeing this too, right? Well, this is gonna be quite interesting. So yeah, definitely tune in to the next thoughts video, where I'll be talking about Cocaine Bear. Boy, this is going to be a bizarre one that we're going to be in for the next thoughts video. Pray for me, folks. I mean, seriously, a movie about a bear that's high on cocaine? I'm just as confused as you are right now. Hey guys, this is Ackleyattack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications, and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with SamTheThomasFan1, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions, for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, Ackley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and plenty more, in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and showing support to me on both of my wish lists on Amazon and Right Stuff Anime, and even supporting me with my link on Streamlabs that you can find on my Twitch page. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.